All right, everyone, welcome to our video about Babylonian numerals. Now, Babylonian numerals are a little different from the other two ancient systems we looked at because they actually use repeated versions of the same symbol. So notice I only have two symbols, 1 and 10. Now you may wonder, where did they get these symbols? I believe they had a special stylus or pen they used on clay where they would press one end and it would look like this right here, and then the back would look like this to help with quicker writing. Now, you notice there's only something for 1 and 10, so we need some sort of regrouping. Now, here's the odd thing about Babylonian numerals. They're in base 60. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's start by converting some easier numbers. So let's look at 54 in our Hindu Arabic numerals. 54 is really annoying in Babylonian because I need to show 10 of these, or excuse me, 5 of our 10 symbols, and then 4 of my 1 symbols. Now, I'm not going to badger you over how perfect your drawings are of different symbols, so don't feel too bad if your symbols don't look the prettiest. So that's 54. Now here's the tricky part, and that is what the Babylonians would write for something like 78. Now the thing to remember is 78 is 60 plus 18. Now why is that important? Well, the Babylonians thought of 78 as 160 plus 18. In other words, they would write their symbol for 1, leave a little gap, their symbol for 10, and then 8 of their symbols for 1. Kind of regretting doing something with an 8 at the end, but such is life. So notice this is a place value system. This place represents 60 to the first power, and this base represents 60 to the 0th power, or in other words, ones. So this makes Babylonian notation really interesting. So let's say we had something like, let's do this. So here's 3 Babylonian 1s, a space, and something like this. So what does this mean? Well, notice I have place values. This is my 60s, and this is my 1s. So over here, these 3 tallies tell me I have 3 groups of 60, plus, well, let's see, I have 3 of my alligator 10s and 2 1s. So this equals 180 plus 210 plus 2, or excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself, 180 plus 30 plus 2, which is 212. Now you may wonder, why are they regrouping at 60 rather than at 100? Well, one nice thing about 60 is it has a lot of factors. It can be divided by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15. And so this actually helped with fractions, something the Babylonians were one of the first civilizations to come up with a good system for. Now let's do one more of these, and then I think I'll do a separate video talking about how we go from Hindu Arabic numerals to Babylonian. So let's say I start with this. what's going on here? Well, I have 3 place values. The one at the far right is going to be 60 to the 0th power, or my ones, 60 to the 1st power, and 60 to the 2nd power. So this equals 2 times 60 squared plus 32 times 60 plus 21. Isn't that fun? Now, if you feel confident in your mental math, feel free to do that in your head or on a piece of paper. However, for tests and homework and assignments, feel free to use a calculator. So I'm going to type that in, 2 times 60 squared plus 32 times 60 plus 21. And this is 9,141 in Hindu Arabic numerals. All right, in the next video, we're going to do this backwards.